Welcome back from the break. I'm Uday Pratap Singh. You're joining us on NewsX. Days ahead of the Beijing Winter Olympics, the host city in China has reported what is supposedly its first locally transmitted case of Omicron. Several provinces in China are now facing complete or partial lockdown due to a sharp rise in cases, while a handful of countries have decided to boycott the Winter Olympics. 91 countries, including China, will be sending representatives and competitors to participate in the event. Apart from, the situation abroad, the fact is that there are now new variants the world over which are extremely contagious. There will be athletes from all these countries from where new variants are reporting converging in Beijing. And also there is a new Chinese variant too, which China is being very cagey about, isn't it, Professor Swaran Singh? Is it a wise decision to go ahead with this event?
Obviously, this is not an ideal situation to hold Winter Olympics. But we can't look at the Chinese case in isolation. We have seen that Tokyo also held Olympics. Europe has had football matches. Several other countries have had their own political, religious, cultural gatherings constantly. In face of the fact that all we are saying right now, we can doubt the Chinese statistics. I fully agree with Ambassador Sikri. People don't normally trust Chinese statistics. But what we have is about 300 infections in Tianjin, 90 miles distance from Beijing, where these Winter Olympics are being hosted. And the Chinese have said on Saturday they found the first infection in Beijing, and that they have created a special safe loop in which the athletes will be sort of moving around in Beijing. Lockdowns have been strictly implemented. So if we put it along with several other, even Olympics or football matches happening around the world, in face of much larger specter of infections simultaneously happening in those cities, Chinese would have their way of justifying as to why they would like to have Winter Olympics, whereas other countries have had them in worse circumstances. What is also closely related issue is that Western countries, about almost a dozen of them now, have used this occasion to showcase their concerns about human rights. Now that's an added issue which is making some countries, very precisely what they call diplomatic boycott of Winter Olympics. China has been concerned for various reasons, and therefore I think the response that international community has as to how to use, I'm intentionally using the word use, Winter Olympics to sort of, take different stances of criticizing China. It's in that context that this kind of debate is taking place. Otherwise, look around the world. Your own city has 20,000 plus daily infections, and look at how people are living in your own city, New Delhi. And so also in Tokyo, New York and other places, which are all 20 plus thousand infections every day. So, in that sense, one has to be extremely cautious. And if other countries can hold it, so can China.
Yes, indeed. There are 8 countries diplomatically boycotting the game so far. Now, there still are, though, 91 countries participating. With this sudden spike in China, do you believe these 8 countries who are diplomatically boycotting could consider a complete boycott? Or is that quite unlikely, practically speaking?
Uday, let me say that, if wishes were horses, we would have really touched the skies in those cases. There is a desirability of the situation and there's a feasibility. And I'm sure Ambassador Sikri fully understands in diplomacy, you focus on the feasible part. You yourself said 91 countries are participating fully. 8 countries are participating in terms of athletes going, but their diplomats will not be going. Sinopharm, Dr. Bagai mentioned about Sinopharm vaccines. You have to depend on WHO, and WHO approved it. 71 countries approved and accepted Sinopharm vaccines. So in that sense, you can keep saying we don't trust China. I will be agreeable with you saying that you can't trust Chinese. There are reasons why you can't trust Chinese. But reality on the ground is that most countries are joining the Winter Olympics. 8 countries are saying only diplomatic boycott. And in that sense, the Chinese will go ahead and conduct these Winter Olympics, partly because several other, Summer Olympics happened in Tokyo. despite the fact that certain amount of infections went up after that. So in that sense, you see, your neighboring Prime Minister Imran Khan is going to attend the ceremony. President Vladimir Putin is going to attend the ceremony, and there will be, maybe half a dozen other heads of state, national leaders joining. So in that sense, you see the bulk of the international community, barring 8 Western countries, are virtually going to be, participating in these games. And last point, let me add, why simply, focus on denying athletes who've been preparing for 4 years all the time to, showcase. And very often these are once in a lifetime occasions for athletes. If their safety security is being guaranteed, and Chinese have, I want to underline that we don't trust Chinese is a separate matter, but Chinese have already said there will be at least 1 test prescribed before anyone travels to Beijing, and series of tests once you land in Beijing. So they have outlined their strategy as to how they wish to deal with the safety, security and health, and creating a special loop for athletes. Now, they have outlined what they want to do, how they want to do. It is for us to trust or not to trust. And I would say, yes, in ideal circumstances, India could stand up and say we are really withdrawing from the Winter Olympics. But if you ask me what is my hunch about it, I don't think India will be kind of isolating itself to become the only country to really totally boycott, whereas nobody else is totally boycotting these Winter Olympics. And some of these 8 countries that are talking of diplomatic boycott, I think they're not so much concerned with the health issues or health threats. Otherwise, they will not send their athletes there. They are diplomatic boycotting it primarily because of their human rights accusations on China and not on health issues. So even those 8 countries are not saying that because of Omicron going up in numbers in certain cities in neighboring cities of Beijing. So in that sense, let us be a little more pragmatic and see where things are. And if you still wish to, propose that India should completely withdraw from it or boycott from it, it could be, I think, really living in a fool's paradise.
All right. Well, let's leave it at that. We've run completely out of time. My thanks to our guests for joining us.